Hello, I'm Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs. 2020 has been one of the most extraordinary years in recent history. Please join me as I continue to visit with small business owners in our community about how this unprecedented time has impacted them, how they are dealing with these changes, and what the future holds.
Soul food, country cooking is we call it soul food, but it's just simple, fresh, made from scratch food that brings people together, you know? I've been cooking like this since I was probably 14 years old. My mom was away for a little while, so it was me and my two brothers and my dad worked a lot, so I had to cook and take care of my brothers while my dad worked or whatever.
I grew up on a farm in Northeast Missouri, right? And Mom, we never went out to eat. There weren't any restaurants. And yeah, it was funny then because I never really had like soul food until I went to your place.
If you grew up on the farm, you had soul
That's
food,
what I
though.
realized.
It's country cooking. That's what I tell people.
Like,
soul food and country cooking is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's simple, it's time consuming, it's work, and that's where the love comes from, and that's where people call it soul, because if you're gonna stand there and pick greens, peel potatoes, wash beans, peel beans, you know, all this stuff you gotta do to prep this stuff fresh, that's love instead of just opening up a can and throwing it in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had the conversation a few minutes ago. Like I said, I had a lot of Caucasian friends growing up, and I go home with them, they go home with me. And there was no different in their home when that was going on in my home. Just different. I'm like, Demery, your mom and daddy act just like my mom and daddy. She's like, girl, I try to tell you. So, you know.
Yeah, that's great. If someone wanted to follow in your footsteps, start their own restaurant or their own business, what advice would you give them? And
so you have to have a passion for what you do and love what you do, and know that if you decide to do this, every day is not going to be a dance in the park. I thought just because I could cook and because I worked in a restaurant, you got to know the business side of this thing too.
So how would you think that we could promote entrepreneurism and ownership culture among minority youth, like what you've done here at your restaurant?
Putting, what did we call them back in my days? I don't recall, but trade back into schools, high schools. If that stuff was available when I was in school, so I think that's where we start, to be honest, giving them some hands-on experience so they know, instead of just, you know, a lot of stuff now is just like you read a book and you're certified.
But I also think when we're talking about the trades, I think that entrepreneurship, business classes are really important. Yeah. As you said, there's a difference. A lot of times when people open a business, like a restaurant, I like to cook, I'm good at cooking, that's what I'm gonna do. And then you realize that actually the business side of it is different than the technical side of it.
Started this business on a little bit of nothing, and really looked at it, I really went into the business thinking it was just gonna be a regular old normal neighborhood chicken wing spot. That was my intentions, just enough to pay my bills, have what I need, no more than that, and take care of my family. Come across the building through my partner, George, and here we are, you know. So this place has really just been a blessing. It's more than I ever imagined to be.
Jackie, thanks for sitting down with us today. It looks like it's about lunchtime, so I'm gonna have some of your world famous hot chicken.